For this week's lesson, we are going to talk about the Carnitas taco. Carnitas can be translated as little meats, and that is exactly what happens throughout the cooking process. These are probably some of my favorite tacos that you can make, but where do they come from? Let's see what history has to say about the Carnitas taco. Let's go back to how pork arrived in Mexico. This was due to Spanish colonization. The Spanish brought pigs with them and introduced them to the people they encountered. This didn't happen until the early 1500s, so carnitas, in comparison with some other forms of tacos, are fairly new. The Mexican region of Michoacan is where the taco is thought to be from. Michoacan is a region of west central Mexico known for its avocado production. Of course, there is a debate on who was the first to the table with carnitas. Jalisco, which is a neighboring state, also claims the dish to be theirs. Depending on what part of Mexico you visit, carnitas can vary in preparation. The carnitas taco of these days is typically made from the braised pork shoulder, but it could be made from any part of the pig. Nearly every book that I've researched for the history of tacos mentions the carnitas taco. And once you try it, you'll understand why. For ingredients, we'll gather 2 to 3 pounds of pork shoulder. This one is probably closer to 4 pounds. And this can be called the Boston butt, pork butt, the picnic roast, or just the shoulder. It is the front shoulder of the pig. We want ours to be bone in and with the skin intact if possible. Now let's grab a can of green chilies and 3 to 4 chipotles chopped, 3 tablespoons of Tucker's Classic Barbecue Rub, poblano, which we'll dice, 2 to 3 onions that will be quartered, and 2 to 3 carrots cut into large pieces. We'll also need 2 bay leaves. We'll start by prepping our ingredients. Let's open the can of chilies and set aside. Then peel the carrots. Cut the carrots into large pieces. You'll want 3 to 4 pieces per carrot. We'll need to quarter a couple of onions. Keep in mind that our carrots and onions are there for adding flavor to the cooking liquid as we braise this meat. Now, we need to dice a poblano pepper. Finally, chop up our chipotles. For this recipe, we need a large Dutch oven. This one is 5 quart and should be enough space for all of our ingredients. Let's start by adding the carrots and onions to the bottom of the pot. This gives the meat a barrier between it and the heat of the pot. Now, we generously salt the pork and place it on top of the root vegetables. Now add all of the peppers, seasoning, and bay leaves to the pot. We want to cover everything with enough water to cover the pork or come to within an inch of the top of the pot. This is why you need a large Dutch oven. Now that our ingredients have been assembled, let's heat the oven to 350 and allow the meat to braise for 3.5 to 4 hours. So after our meat is tender and it's cooked, we want to remove it from the pot and place it on our cutting board so we can chop it. For this instance, I like cutting board just to make cleanup a little bit easier later. So we're going to have to let this wait for just a little while, probably at least 15 to 20 minutes until it's cool enough to be able to handle. Now we need to remove the bone and the skin from the meat. Now that we have the meat removed from the skin and the bones, what we want to do is chop it into smaller pieces. Think barbecue here. This is the same cut of meat that you'll find in pulled pork or chopped barbecue, depending on where you come from. So now that our meat is chopped, what we're going to want to do is discard the cooking liquid. There's enough pork fat in that to clog your drain, so you want to dispose of it somewhere other than the sink. Next, what we need to do is heat a cast iron skillet over medium heat and add 2 to 3 tablespoons of lard. Yep, lard. Good old pork fat again. This is the secret weapon in making a great, authentic carnitas. After the pan is heated, add the pork to the pan and then add another tablespoon of classic barbecue. Allow the pork to cook at least a minute before stirring. For this, I like to use a metal spatula and treat the pork as if it were ground beef. The idea is to brown and crisp the edges of the meat. Cook pork for a minute, turn, cook a minute, turn, until the majority of the meat has crispy edges. After your pork is cooked, remove from the heat. We have made carnitas. Now we need to prepare our garnishes and wrap them up in some tortillas. So let's dice an onion. Chop some cilantro. And then slice an avocado. I like to plate my carnitas down the middle of the shell. 2 slices of avocado on the side. Cilantro and onion on top. The drizzle of our lime zest crema. Yep, that might be my favorite. Great pork flavor, fresh condiments. I think I'll have another.